This week on
All I feel is pain.
this week on Dreamscape. Let's see. Recap. Last week, our intrepid heroes realized that they slayed the Jabberwocky. It's not actually the Jabberwocky. What was that thing called? It's the
Chimera.
The chimera. They slayed the chimera.
Different thing.
They collected the 3 heads. I believe that was. Old shopkeep. I forget his name. Vendrick. Vendrick
Yes.
cut the heads off as best as he could, which ended up being pretty good. As the heroes were working on getting out of the forest, they were waylaid by some woodsmen. The woodsmen were, stronger than anticipated, and ended up bringing down Dragul, but he was quickly healed back up, and the gang won the fight. The gang is now walking through the night, and it's about mid-morning right now, and they see themselves coming up on Voigt Vineyard. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Hi. You may know me from famous Koch's Brothers commercials. I regret to inform you that one of those brothers is dead. But I also don't regret to inform you that you can purchase today Moxie. Distinctly different because it's from Maine, and we bought the rights when the company was struggling. Thank you.
Also
Please
has
listen to
140 calories.
Also has
Moxie
140
Cola.
calories.
Moxie Cola. It tastes like dirty bubble gum. Yep.
Moxie Cola, distinctly different.
Yep.
And please listen to Moxie Maniacs. Our 150th episode will be coming out next month, and we have a lot to talk about. The different flavors, the history, the lessons we learned along the way.
The lore.
I am continuing my 3-year journey of drinking Moxie for every meal. And
Please
God,
listen
I'm
to
fat.
all the fun voices.
Recommended
from the
by 1 out of
Moxie
10 dentists.
Festival.
God, I'm malnourished and I need dentures. That's the end of our advertising segment.
All right. That was extremely scuffed by me, and let's hope the rest of this game is better. Gang, you've walked through the night. You realize that you're coming up on Voigt Vineyard, and I believe you guys hatched a plan at the end of the last game.
Camp out before we got to Voigt Vineyard, I believe, was the conversation of the day.
Yeah, dude.
Why do we
Yeah.
not seek refuge at the vineyard?
What if he
Because we're
attacks
gonna
us, bro?
I gotta burn
Why-
it to the ground.
Why would he do that?
I don't know, dude, but I'd prefer to have.
No, you don't know because it's ridiculous.
I'd prefer to have the graces of Yasni flowing through my veins, dude. If he decides to.
But why would he do that?
Why not?
I don't claim to explain the whims of rich dudes, bro. I know they're crazy, murderous, sexual deviants. That's all I know, dude.
Isn't that just us?
Also, that seems a prejudice.
I prefer not to have a knife approach just because what I get. I could do with some rest sooner rather than later.
Well, I think that we would be fine at Voight's as long as we played our cards right, but if everyone believes that we should camp out, I'm fine with it. We just need to take the necessary precautions.
The heads are opposed until you meet me again.
I can't hear you at all.
Yeah,
Very
Rachel,
true,
you're
very
pretty quiet.
You're very
Oh,
quiet.
I said, well, the heads are reposed until you need me to do it again?
Did you hear her that time?
Oh, I heard.
She was very far away when she said that the first time.
All right, do it again, dude, but this time yell. I'm just kidding. No.
Can you hear me now?
Good.
It's like a Verizon
I feel
commercial
like I'm
now.
shouting.
Yeah, just yell at Garrett, and then you're probably good.
Yeah. No change there. Sorry, I didn't mean it that way.
Oh my god!
Yes, he does.
She also, guys, she's right behind me. She's
Yeah,
right behind me,
we know
please.
we know what you go through, man. It's okay.
Oh god, she stood up.
What's she gonna do?
If he doesn't show up next session, we'll know why.
No, I'd prefer to be rest. I don't want a knife to my throat in the middle of the night. You hear that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And,
Okay.
yeah.
What do you think, Dwarfadil?
Hey man, I think that we should like hang out at that big dude's estate and like brief it, man. He didn't seem down with the undead, right?
True. But we are a bit injured, I suppose, before we decide to grief it. I think that we should get some well-needed rest.
I mean, I'm feeling pretty fine. I could heal some of y'all. It's up to y'all. We can camp here though. I like the woods.
He does have a lot of vines at his house. All right. Well, Dragul, since you suggested it, find us a well enough spot to camp.
Okay, I will do so. And Dragul will go off the road and off the beaten path. And look for a decent kind of clearing, maybe with some good sight lines. A good place for the watch to post up.
I will assist, and I will solely assist by like doing the thing where like I'm using Dragul like my familiar, and if I see something, I'll point it out to you telepathically. So currently I'm blind and deaf wherever y'all are.
Alright, DM, what's the deal?
Well, you're able to go off. You're pretty well able to find a path, or at least a little clearing right off the road.
Mm-hmm.
It's not very well trodden. People mostly just stick to the path right here, but you're far enough out of the woods where you're close enough to civilization. You don't expect there's not much foot traffic going around right here. It's not you don't expect fey creatures to pop out of the woods around here. And I guess so you certainly find a clearing over there. There's the occasional sticker bush, but you make do.
Dragul will go back to the party and explain that he thinks he's found a suitable spot. And lead them to the clearing. Though, we could just sleep in a bed. But if you insist we sleep in the woods again.
Now hold on.
I feel like you're really
I mean,
hung up on the
I
woods.
wouldn't really call what we did before sleeping, dude. But whatever.
I agree. I agree with Jake.
Well, let's go on then.
I will not be guarding tonight.
That's fine. Get some rest, Dragul. I can do the guarding for tonight.
And Dragul and Tootsie are gonna find a nice little nook, and she'll curl up and he will use her as a pillow. And they immediately fall asleep because they've been up for Probably closing in on 48 hours now.
Or he's taking a long rest.
Yep.
Okay, I was.
We're gonna-
We're gonna try.
In preparation for bed, Dorfadil is going to cast conjure animals,
Ooh.
and he's
Okay.
gonna make 8 different howling owls.
And keep everybody up.
I love it. Just imagine him sleeping with them around him, all just.
Gosh.
And then he's gonna curl up next to the coziest tree.
How long does conjure animals last?
An hour.
Okay. So it won't be all.
Oh,
So are you
oh.
trying to interrupt people's sleep,
Well-
Dorfadil?
No, man. Like, they're good for the environment, man. They're endangered in these parts. For some reason, people want to kill these things, man.
If
Oh,
there's a big
cool.
rock,
Yeah.
there's a big rock, I will hide. I will hide in the big rock.
Fucking burn a counter.
All right.
We'll cast,
All
like,
of the
shadow-
owls.
Territorial altitude over here.
The owls.
I just imagine Ul was standing there looking at you for 10 minutes.
And right when the magic leaves Dorfadil's fingertips, Ul counterspells it, and all of the owls that were summoned pop away, like in a cloud of feathers. Although it is surprising that Ul would do that, given his affinity for those animals. He does it
Yes.
again.
Do they?
Okay. How many owls is it again?
Counters.
How
Run
many-
out of spell slots before I run out of time.
Poof.
I got 2. All right, there we go.
All right.
Spell slot.
It's been 30 minutes.
It's
Of
been
him
30
doing it.
minutes of trying to bring owls into this world. And, you know,
Quit screwing
Ul eventually
around,
realizes
dudes.
that he's just going to have to put up with it.
Will looks at
And,
the owls and tosses his lamp into the Garrett's character's hands, and then hops in it, and then
Ah.
goes pretty much just fuck those owls.
All right. Well. Vendrick is bemused by this. What he is currently doing is he is using mold earth to excavate some ground. 3 different holes to put the heads in. And then subsequently burying them.
Okay. All right. I'll
Ah.
say you're able to do that.
Yeah, basically just to keep them just from sitting out. I think Vendrick is more worried of like wolves showing up and just like gnawing on them.
Oh, yeah.
He will wrap them in a sheet. Because he does have some sheets and some bedrolls and he's not sleeping, so. But then after that, I think he will take some time to ritual cast some alarms. Just kind of around the perimeter.
Okay. Okay. How close again are you guys to the road, if you had to imagine?
Well, I guess Dragul found the spot, so.
Yeah, Dragul
How-
found the spot. I would say it's a good bit far back from the road.
Hmm.
DM.
All right. So this alarm isn't going to be tripped by just a passerby or something.
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
Even if it was, Vendrick wouldn't put it close enough if that was the case, right?
I see.
And then I think there is one other issue that I think we may have forgotten.
Toilet paper.
So Vendrick digs a 4th hole using mold earth
Okay.
and has the man that we have with us?
Oh goodness, I
Uh,
forgot about the man.
Oh, like
yeah.
buried up
Yeah.
to his neck.
Oh, I could just mold or like I can just meld into stone him as well as myself.
I don't think buried up to his head. I think more like his hip. And he gives him a bedroll and stuff. So like he's not like completely helpless.
I forgot about him. I thought, to be honest, I thought you all killed him, but
No, we
okay,
knocked
you're
him
thinking of
out.
Miz.
Monsters.
Um,
He's
Aren't
like,
we?
he says to you guys, like, are we sleeping here?
Yeah.
I
Would you
could,
like-
he goes, because I could really use a long rest.
Vendrick is going to he'll sit down or lean down next to him and be like, well, it's either rest here or the alternative. And he sort of gestures to the rest of the party who did, I think, threaten to kill him.
I think we were also discussing whether or not it would be cannibalism to eat a polymorphed druid earlier,
Yeah.
and he probably overheard that.
He definitely overheard that conversation.
He goes, oh, okay. Oh, whatever you say, Mr. Vendrick.
Yeah, fine. He'll give him like something to like rest his head on and a blanket and stuff.
He goes, by the way, I didn't really want to kill you, in back there. I was just following orders.
Oh, I understand.
You see how it is.
We all have our orders to follow.
Okay.
Just following orders.
Just
huh?
keep that in mind.
This horse is grinding his sword. It's
Yeah.
sharp again.
He's flattening his hammer.
Yeah, I'm
hammer.
I'm grinding my hammer, but I'm just grinding the flat part to make it more flatter.
Good for crushing.
Yeah. I test it like with my finger, like to see if it's like instead of seeing if it's sharp, I'm seeing just making sure it's flat. Like, sure is flat.
That sure is good for crushing.
Just feeling it with your thumb.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Data, are these hoot owls or are they screech owls?
They're. I don't know. Does it
How
matter?
would you describe?
You're the owl.
They're
Summoner.
night screeching owls. They just
Yeah, they're
Oh,
annoying.
okay.
log.
all owls screech in the night, huh?
They also poop excessively, which gives nice fertile
We don't
fertility to the
poop, we
ground.
throw up. We throw
Oh.
up pellets.
They do.
Bones.
They do.
Yeah. This is racism here.
Well, you go to sleep because you're in your element.
I'm in my lamp.
You're in your lamp. You're fine. It's a little annoying, but I would say after an hour, you all are able to essentially doze off, with the exception of Vendrick. You guys sleep through the night. Even the woodsman, who's buried up to his waist, manages to get a decent sleep. And I guess you guys are just gonna snooze for 8 hours?
I think that's the plan.
All right. Let me roll a little sum here. The sun rises, and you guys actually sleep basically for, it's basically afternoon. It's probably about 12:30 by the time you guys wake up.
Oh man, we slept a long one, huh?
They needed it.
We just
What
didn't
is
get to bed
the-
till
what is
really
the-
late.
Yeah. What is the rule we were talking about the other day for hit dice? You don't get them all back.
get half
You
of
get
them.
half of them.
Okay.
Now hold on, before anybody does anything, did we get a long rest?
Oh yeah.
You did get a long rest.
Okay.
You guys wake up, the sun rises, and kept rising, and that cartoon morning music played for a really long time. Yeah,
I don't have it set up. I'm sorry.
that's okay. But it played for like like a good 6 hours because you know it was basically
just on
almost
loop.
sunup by the time you guys took your rest.
Vendrick probably has started pulling the heads back out.
Excuse me. Vendrick's getting his pack out.
Well, he's using mold earth to get basically the heads unburied,
Okay.
getting them strapped back in and stuff.
All right.
If
Horace
we
will help
slept-
out with that if necessary. You know.
Does anyone have prestidigitation to get the dirt off the heads?
Prestidigitation, it actually doesn't like actually clean stuff, right? It just makes things look cleaner.
Look good enough.
Oh, it does
I
clean
think it does clean them.
It specifically unsoils or soils things.
Just so you all know, after this long rest has occurred, you all wake up and you feel a little bit more experienced. This was
Oh, that's
this was quite the battle. You all, each of you get 8,331 EXP.
8,331. Hell yeah.
Mhm.
Technically, I could get prestidigitate because I can use cantrip formulas to swap out one of my cantrips for prestidigitate. But I didn't.
Oh my dudes. Horace is level 14.
Hell
Damn.
Damn, Horace.
Late game, Horace.
Late game Horace.
Someone's getting to El Chat level.
I know.
El Chat's
When-
not even that high of a level.
Is he not?
I'm not gonna lie, I just kind of gave up on adding experience.
He was perfect as he was and
Yeah.
didn't need to be improved.
He's a little too OP.
I do think, didn't you like roll d20s to determine El Chad's stats?
Yes. So
No, we rolled him right. I remember that was way back in the day. That was like the
No.
first character.
yeah, we did the 3d6 drop the lowest or 4d6 drop the lowest.
No,
whatever it is.
you
He
got
just
a
rolled-
natural. He rolled 20s instead because I remember that specifically. That's how he was able to start with like a +5 and strength or charisma or
Like-
something.
No, I actually started with plus 18 in most stuff.
He rolled like 2 18s. Like 666.
But you get +2 as a human.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
remember
you
exactly. It was like 6 years
You
ago.
get +1 to everything as a human, and I rolled 318. And then I took 2 feats, which bumped me up 20 on both strength and charisma.
Yeah, I could have swore
Or
I
a
was
single
told that he
ASI
rolled the
would've.
20. I could have swore I was told he rolled the 20s with the accepted potential penalty of you have to accept a 1 if you get it.
No, but that would be awesome.
Yeah.
That's
We
our
should-
next.
Pretty sure
group of
Charles
characters.
got a 1.
Oh yeah, Charles. That's why he's got a stump and an eye.
Yeah. So anyways, you guys wake up. What are you all doing? I guess we're packing up. Vendrick's packing up, I guess.
Well,
I'm
Horace,
using Gus to blow off all the dust and stuff off of the head.
Horace is going to go ahead and recast Find Greater Steed and get a new rhino.
Ooh, you're in luck. There's one nearby, and it comes trotting out of the woods right up to you.
Oh, hello, little buddy. I pull a handful of corn out of my pocket, which I always keep on me, and feed it to him. You know, I hold my hand out.
He
Actually,
lucky
Find
that
Greater
this
Seed
was
doesn't
here.
disappear. You would have still had him from the day before.
he died. Unfortunately, the previous
Oh.
rhino died.
Yeah, he died. He was killed
Yeah.
by a chimera.
Did you name him
I think I named him Ronald.
Ronald? Well,
Ronald the Rhino.
he looks at you. One of his eyes meets yours, And it's almost as if he's asking for a name.
Donald.
Donald it is. His head goes up and down approvingly.
No, it has to start with an R.
Ronaldo.
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 For the
Even
Ronaldo.
better. Even better. Yes, and you know, you have yourself a great steed.
Hell yeah.
So I guess
So we're heading to the vineyard.
What is our plan when we get there?
Drink his wine and let Vendrick whisper sweet nothings in his ear, dude.
Would you like me to see if
I can't hear
quiet,
you.
Rachel.
would you like me to see if I can acquire any information private?
Any information is helpful.
Well, I could scry on him.
Hmm.
Feel comfortable with that?
I think we'll be.
I think so too. I'm not a particular fan of scrying.
That's no help if we don't have context. But the plan is meet with Voigt, give him his prize. Wait on, because I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. It was Voigt just wants the goat head, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, dude.
Bradshaw wants
Aw.
the
The
most
goat head.
impressive
He wants the goat head.
part of it. Bradshaw, oh yeah, he's the magic guy who wants the goat.
Yeah, Hawkman just wants a
Um,
trophy and any
yeah.
scalps we got.
Yeah. Okay, and I think the ploy here is to
Yo, Jimbo him.
Yojimbo him. Say, hey, this fella over here worked for Bradshaw and wanted your goat head. Right? And in fact, tried to kill us for it. And I
So
don't
we
know,
should
I
kill
guess
them.
yeah, I thought about this for a little bit, but now I'm hitting a haze.
We gotta convince him to team up with Hawkman to take out Bradshaw or something like that.
I think that's the end goal, right? If
Yeah,
we can
dude.
get Voigt and Hawkman to basically agree to work together temporarily with the intent of taking Bradshaw out of the picture, or at least hurting him in some really impactful way. Right.
Now, hang on, guys. I got an idea, okay? We take the heads, we have an auction for undead rights. And we sell it to the highest bidder and give all the money to undead rights.
I believe there's a lot of taxes and things involved, and we have almost been killed for the heads once already.
And that won't
Plus, we're
like
trying to
exactly
save,
help Meard, dude.
Yeah, we gotta save Meard.
The goal
I
is to get a
guess.
ticket.
We gotta prevent
We need to
Meard from becoming the undead. So we don't need to worry
Yeah.
about the undead rights for Meard. We could totally
need
do
to
an auction
expedite.
afterwards, dude.
Okay.
Definitely expediting the acquiring of the ticket is priority number one. But I say we head to Voight's and we figure it out as we go. The finer details, anyway.
You mean the
I like
killing,
that idea.
dude?
I know my way around a conversation.
Well, all right. Voigt isn't that far away. I guess you all head off down the road. I assume Horace is leading with his rhino,
Oh yeah.
triumphantly.
Did we strap any of the heads to my rhino or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe
3 heads strapped to the rhino. It's really quite a sight. Although, 3 of the heads, it's kind of gross. Their eyes are lolling in different directions and their tongues hanging out. But, everybody knows that you all slayed the beast. And yeah, so you guys are coming up on Voigt's Vineyard.
As we get closer, as in like near the gates, basically,
Yeah.
Vendrick is going to cast 2 spells:
Oh.
Borrowed Knowledge and Enhance Ability.
Okay. What are you gonna borrow knowledge for?
I'm going to borrow knowledge for Deception, and I'm going
All
to
right.
enhance ability my Eagle Splendor, so that I get advantage on charisma checks.
All right.
I almost want to do that because I also have the ability. But then again, everybody's able to hear you better.
It's all about negotiations with these monster hunting things. All right, look at that. We're already there.
Look at you guys.
I imagine
Right.
Vendrick will gesture towards whichever guard ran up to us the first time.
Yeah. Let me change some stuff. Let's
Yeah.
see.
We still coming in the front door, or
Yeah, you would be coming in the front way. You guys can all just bring yourselves up to here if you'd like.
Okay. Here.
Oh
The
yeah.
tokens already.
These guards are going to be around.
I'm leading the procession, right?
Yeah. Well, the procession is a funeral, I believe.
Yes.
Is it a funeral?
I think isn't it a funeral specific
No.
line? Maybe I'm wrong.
Who died?
No, I don't think it is.
Yeah, you're right. Numberly people moving in a. It's for a ceremony or festival.
Well, the guard
Oh, you're
comes up.
saying. No, okay, never mind. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
right.
guard.
Yeah, the guard comes up in any case, and he goes, "Halt! Who approaches?" Oh. Oh, it's you. I recognize the rhino.
Oh, it's actually a different rhino. This is Ronaldo.
Oh. Hey there, fella.
Are you
And,
saying all rhinos look alike, or
Well, I mean, I guess I always thought they did. Sorry, I haven't a lot of experience with rhinos around here. Funny that you have 2, but in any case,
Well, I got more where that came from.
well, good. What business do you have here?
Oh, yeah, business.
Oh,
Well, we got to talk to Voigt. Right, Vendrick?
yeah. We have business with the master of the house.
Oh, Voigt is very busy.
He's gonna want to see these heads. I'm gonna pat the goat head.
Oh,
Voigt gave us a very important mission, one that we are duly here to complete. We also gained some information that he would be very, very much interested in. Is the Major Domo still here? Oh, wait, no, never mind. That's the other guy. Sorry. Other guy we ran into, Major Domo.
oh, head guard? You mean? Like, you know what?
Yeah.
I better run it by him anyways. So he runs off. He's like, "Wait here," and he runs off. And head guard comes out to meet you, and he says, "Oh yeah, I recognize you guys. Voigt's busy as always, but I'm sure he could fit you in his schedule. Follow me." And he comes over and brings you all to the main gate over here, and he calls for it to to lift up, and he's like, "Follow me, everyone." And of course, he comes down, and it's actually much the same as it was. Looks like rich people just reveling on the patio, really.
Lounging.
Voigt's over here, and looks like he has two maidens next to him, and they're just drinking their wine as much as you'd imagine on a nice sunny day. The head guard, he stands over here, but he motions for you all down there to you feel free to approach.
Yeah, he looks super busy.
Yes. Yes. He just sort of like coughs and, makes himself look busy looking at his pike.
God, I love my pike.
Love this thing. Voigt, you find over here, there's a little circular garden with some benches. It's very beautiful, actually, especially since this property looks over the water, looks over the river. Beautiful, really.
Vendrick will sort of just cough to get attention.
Voigt is just clearly drunk. It's only about noon 30. He's red in the face, and he's just leaning back and enjoying his wine. And he's like, "Oh, hello there, ladies. If you'll excuse me, I have some business to attend to." Or, they go off. And he goes, "Oh, hello. Come on in. Did you,
Good to see you're enjoying the revelry?"
Oh, yes, it's a beautiful day for it. I do own a vineyard and a winery. Very successful, might I add." He's like smiling and feeling good. He's like, "Could I interest you all in some wine?"
Yeah,
Absolutely, dude.
I'll hop off the rhino.
He claps his hand twice, and Meard runs back over here with a tray with some wine glasses on it.
Now that is most definitely what's up, dude.
I love
Oh,
his
yes.
Dwarfadil strolling the grounds.
Dwarfadil, what are you doing right now?
I'm just strolling the grounds.
All
I'm
right.
just gonna go hang out with these rich people.
All right, yeah, sure. They see you, Dwarfadil, and they're like, "Oh, hello."
Hello, did I cut out? Thing went quiet. Oh shit.
And so they give you some wine and start chatting with you.
I'm going to talk their ear off
Okay, roll a charisma check, please.
about
What is it about before you roll?
just various political things that Dwarfadil doesn't know very much about.
Undead rights.
Undead rights, saving the oceans.
Are you doing
Dwarfadil's
that
never
thing-
been in an ocean.
You're doing that like sort of Californian thing where you're
Yeah.
getting like the celebs all pumped up about like some cause that has sort of nebulous value or just is grossly misunderstood.
Dwarfadil thinks they have value with his 5 charisma.
Dwarfadil, roll a perception check. Yeah, you totally don't see these people sideways looking at each other. They're polite and they're listening. They're not on board, unfortunately.
Fucking keep going.
But yeah,
You're
you
talking-
keep going. You keep going. Cut back to Vendrick and the gang. He
I
goes,
will, since there's this tray of wine.
Are you
I
going to take
will-
2?
Oh yeah, a double fist.
Okay.
Vendrick will. That's it. Vendrick will take one and then sort of not even looking at Horace, hand him his. So that's why he's like he did last time, I think.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, you
We
guys.
appreciate the gesture, and it's good to see that we're both successful in our tasks.
Oh, that's right. How did it go? I mean, obviously successful, but tell me about it.
Wildly successful. We tracked down the fey creatures, a couple of hags,
Oh.
and a
Dreadful.
chimera.
Oh. Did you get the goat head?
Yes, we properly dispatched the beast, and he sort of gestures to the rhino with the head.
I'll slap the goat head. Be like,
Wow.
got this goat head right here.
Oh.
Unfortunately, we did run into a bit of curious trouble on the way back.
Oh, more so than fey creatures?
I would argue just as curious. Seems a Mr. Bradshaw is rather interested in that goat head.
Oh, I know.
You do?
Yeah. That's why I want it, after all.
Ah,
Let's see. Did you get the other heads as well?
yes, we did.
Yes.
We also managed to get a fourth. And he gestures to the tied up man.
Oh.
Mr. Bradshaw's employee.
Oh, I do hope nothing too bad befell you.
No, but it seemed a rather lethal combat we found ourselves in. Bradshaw seems pretty adamant to get this head for whatever reason. And since you know, do you happen to know why?
No, unfortunately I don't. But I figured that it would be most wonderful if I could get it for him. You see, I sort of owe him. And, you know, I know he's interested in this, and I was hoping to settle the debt, so to speak.
Oh.
What exactly do you owe him?
No, I don't really want to talk about that right now, but, you know, it's a good gesture. I feel like this would be a good gesture. What was the price that we agreed upon again?
Can I insight check this guy to see? I want to know if I feel like he is actually trying to make a good gesture to this other guy.
Explain that a little bit more.
Well, so he's telling us that he wants the goat head so that he can give it to Bradshaw as like a gesture of goodwill. I want to know.
But he also said debt, I believe.
And he also said he had to pay off a debt, but I kind of want to know if that's true. Or if it seems like he's full of shit. Maybe, I don't know. 12.
You don't notice any deception.
Okay.
Yeah. I believe it was 600 gold pieces, right?
Yes. And our conversation of expanding us acquiring a ticket.
Oh. Well, let's talk about that in a moment. And he again claps his hands twice. And you know, the other maiden, she's like, "Oh!" And she runs under the gazebo. And then comes back with a big sack of gold and plops it right down next to Voigt. And then she runs back to listening to the finer political aspirations of Dwarfadil over here.
The dolphins of the sea of Pontoon
Exactly.
and how they're being exploited.
Exactly.
The rock people of Rock Coast
Yeah.
getting
Oh,
washed
yes.
away by the growing streams caused by
most
those evil farmers just trying to feed.
dreadful. Tell us more as we cut back.
There
to,
shouldn't be farms.
Yeah. Farms is the exploitation of nature. As
Anyways,
he's
we all
saying this
fade
in a
away
vineyard.
from that, and we fade back into the other conversation going on. And Voigt motions for the goat head, and he sort of motions to set it down right about here. And he starts counting out 600 gold pieces, bottle in one hand. And he's just, counting out stacks of money. He goes, "Oh, is that the other heads I see?"
Yeah. I have a hag scalp. 12 red cap scalps. I'm just dumping these on the ground in front of him. And 8 dog tails. These are Fey dogs, obviously.
Yes, we did just have these the stonework cleaned. Please put, if you don't mind. I was talking about the the other heads of
Vendrick's gonna slip in here real quick while Horace is doing that. Vendrick, that's me, Vendrick. Horace.
Oh yeah.
The scalps were for Mr. Crap, I forgot his name. I was about to say Bradshaw again.
Hawkman.
Mr. Hawkman.
Oh, that's right. I'll sort of like gather them up.
As for the conversation of the other heads, unfortunately, a Billy Hawkman asked for them.
Yeah, he said he was gonna do something really important with them. That is probably gonna be bad for you.
That old fool. Tell you what, you're here in front of me now. I like the and he's sort of like is like leaning to the side trying to get a good view, because I imagine the other two heads are still on this rhino. He's sort of like leaning around trying to look past Vendrick, and he goes, is that a dragon head? Hey, I want that one too. What do you say I buy it off of you? I mean, I have plenty of money.
Oh, I would love to, but unfortunately, Mr. Hawkman and I came to an agreement, and I am nothing if not loyal to agreements.
Well,
I'm sure you understand.
Because I would love to give you 800 gold, final offer.
My loyalty cannot be bought so easily.
Oh, he strokes his beard. He's like,
it would not be
fine.
good business. I'm sure you understand.
Yes, I'm sure.
Yeah, dude, we'd at least need some more wine or something first, bro.
Oh.
Now that
He
we're
claps
out.
again, and the girl runs back over here, and she goes, "More wine, sir?"
Oh yes, thanks, dude. And Samurai Jake will double fist as
totally.
well in this semi-drinking contest with Boris we got going.
He goes, "Make sure you guys drink your fill. We have plenty here, and it's really good."
Vendrick is internalizing the idea that these people aren't very good barterers.
He goes, "What would it take to sell that head to me? Anything to get rid of anything to get one over on old Billy."
Unfortunately, there is only one thing that we do need, and you seemed reluctant to give it.
Remind me what that is again.
A ticket.
Ah. Well, as I'm sure you know, it's quite the sum of money that would be required to buy that ticket. More than far more than I'd be willing to pay for a head, even if it was to get one over on Billy.
Oh, understandable, but I had a thought. If you perchance had the opportunity or know-how to acquire a ticket, or for us to acquire it ourselves, I think that information would be more than fair. You seem like a man of means.
Do a persuasion check.
All right.
This is just to see how well you get into a business
Oh,
conversation
oh,
with
wait.
him.
I am going to use my knowledge of a past life to add a d6 to this.
All right. Oh,
6, so 16.
okay. He looks up, and he his countenance changes from, jovial drunk to calculating. And he looks at you, and you lock eyes, and you see some ideas go over his face. And then he says to you, "You remember the land that you were just at? That's owned by Billy?
Yes.
How about this?" And he pulls out a piece of paper from his pocket. And he says, "What I have right here is a bill of sale. Billy owns that land. This is a legally binding contract. If you were to say, get Billy to sell that land to me, I'd be willing to give you my ticket. But only if you could convince Billy to sell that land to me. As I'm sure you've figured out, that land represents a value to me.
Yes, we did
The,
come across some berries.
Yes, the Arlen grows there, and it just wouldn't do to have that forest taken down completely. But Billy and I are enemies, and he would never sell me the land for any price. But if you could convince him to sign this, I'll give you my ticket. And you can ask whatever question you want of the Oracle."
Well then, sir. That sounds like an amicable deal. And he puts his hand out to shake it.
Voigt stands up. He's actually very tall. He comes over and gives you a shake, and he goes, "Done."
Well then.
And he looks over at the heads, and he goes, "You sure they're not for sale? I'll just take the one, the dragon."
Unfortunately, we may need them as bargaining chips. I'm sure you understand.
"Well, I'll tell you what." And he counts out another 200 gold. And he puts it in a little sack, and he hands it to you. And he says, "Here's 200. Deliver that goat head to Mr. Henry Bradshaw."
Okay.
Tell
Those
him
guys fought us for no reason.
Wait, hold on. Vendrick goes, "Would you like me to deliver a note as well? To prove it's from you?"
"Yeah, sure." And again, he claps his hands, and this girl comes running. And, he asks pen and paper, and she goes off and comes back and gets it to him. And, he writes up a note, and, again, folds it up and puts it in its envelope and seals it. And then hands it to you.
He takes the note, takes the bag. "It's been a pleasure doing business. We will talk soon."
All right. Thank you. And let's cut back over to Dwarfador.
Yeah, guys. So anyway, the singing fruit tree of South Hemdalier. It's only a myth, but I think there is one still. And I think we can save it. I just need, like... Dorfdale starts counting on his fingers. Like, 30,000 gold for an expedition, man.
Oof. Oof. All of them sort of just like check their pockets and go, I don't carry cash. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And they all just kind of like back off a bit.
I know, cashier's checks would be fine.
Anyways, it's getting late. And they look at each other and go, yeah, it's getting late. And they
Isn't
they
it like
kinda
middle of
run
the
off.
afternoon?
It's getting late. And they run over here and they hide in this garden.
Dorfdale will come meet up with the rest of the party.
All right.
Hey guys, I think I found some investors for the tree South Hamdelier. I could like hire you guys so you like go on a quest.
You would be on top and we would invest from a lower standing to the top, and then we would get more people in on it, and they would be below us, but everybody would be like their own boss.
Well, I was just thinking like
Basically.
they're gonna pay me like 30,000 gold, so I was thinking like I could just donate like, and Dorfdale counts on his fingers again, like 5,000 gold per each of you to like the Undead Humane Society.
Yes. We'll have to look into it further, I imagine.
Okay, good. I'll tell him I got some people.
You didn't happen to get their names, did you?
No.
I'm sure.
Dorfdale?
I'm sure you'll recognize them.
I hate to break this to you, buddy. I don't think they're going to give you any money.
No, man, they seem really excited about it, man.
You could be right. I don't want to naysay you.
No, I don't think it's a good idea to poo-poo all ideas. Well, we have a task.
Voigt hears you say well, and he also immediately slaps his knees and goes, well.
Well,
and then everyone stands up. And the maid goes, I'll escort you to the gates.
well, thank you, madam.
No problem. And
He gives a polite nod to Voigt.
okay. And then he gives a stern nod down towards you.
Did you do what I do and like nod and then realize you're on Discord?
Yes, I did.
I do it all the time.
He gives you a nod. Like that.
Yeah.
And you guys essentially get led back to the gate. This guy, he goes, he says, as you pass him by, I assume you're leading this woodsman with, he's tied.
Yeah.
I assume he's tied up in some sort, yeah?
He's just on the back of the rhino, I think.
Oh, he goes, I couldn't help but notice, you have that guy tied up, and, he is, he does work for a business associate of Mr. Voigt's.
Yeah.
Would you mind just leaving him here with us?
Well, we were going to return him back to Mr. Bradshaw. But if you think it would be more amicable to leave him here.
Probably would.
He looks up at the guy. Do you want to be left here?
Yes. Yes, I certainly don't want to be tied up on this rhino. anywhere's preferable to that.
All right.
And I certainly
Boris?
don't want to be taken back to Mr. Bradshaw.
Boris,
Oh,
kick him down.
now I will definitely let him down, but I will also say I don't know that I 100% believe you that you'd rather be anywhere else than tied up on this rhino.
Well,
But I'm not going to test my theory because
they're all
we're all
volcanoes.
friends now, and you're a good Yasnik just like me, and I clap him on the shoulder very hard.
I'm a good Yasnik?
Mm-hmm.
That I am. That I am.
Correct answer.
And you know, I assume you let him down.
Yeah, I untie him.
Okay. He's you know, he's there. He's untied.
Dust him off.
He dusts off. Exactly. He dusts himself off, and he's like, "Oh man, can you believe they had me buried last night, right by the road?" And he goes, "Oh, you guys slept on the road last night?
Yes.
We did.
Why didn't you just come here? We've got tons of guest beds. You're friends of Mr. Voigt."
Just looks at Dragool. I knew we should have.
Well, of course he'd say that. You're probably right, Dracul.
Dragool like cracks his aching back from using a root as a pillow. And Tootsie.
Vendrick will go over to the fella, the huntsman, and he is going to give him back his gear.
Wow. He goes, "Thank you. Thank you for this."
Of course. Just next time, maybe find better company.
Yes,
Oh, and if you wish to ambush someone, get more people.
Oh, we will. Thank you. I will. And he looks over at Headguard and he's like, Headguard goes, "Yeah, well, you'd best go be getting back in. Good luck out there." And yeah, he walks back in and the gates come back down and
we hear a pike go through a woodsman.
no, you actually don't hear anything bad. It's a little surprising, but yeah, you guys are free to do as you please.
TLDR, Vendrick will let the party know what the deal is.
Yeah.
No.
And do we know how to get to Bradshaw's, more or less? Or we can figure it out, probably?
Try to get someone in time
Imagine
to
he
point
told
us.
us.
Oh, yeah, he would have told us where to go if he wanted us to go to drop off the head, right?
Gnome Bigley would certainly tell you for a price.
All right. Sounds to us like we're going to Hawkman first.
Wait,
All
so
right.
this guy wanted us to drop off the goat's head, but he didn't tell us where to go?
No, he told you.
Oh, okay.
Also, too, I imagine it's one of those things like it's Bradshaw. Everyone knows where he lives.
Also, Voight's really drunk,
just-
so would his instructions be that clear?
That's true.
Bradshaw's house is what it says on the note.
Yeah. It's addressed to
One
Bradshaw,
Bradshaw
Manor.
Lane.
One Bradshaw Lane.
All right, I'll be right back, guys.
Signed, Voigt.
Return address, Voigt Manor.
Yeah.
Other side of the river, woods.
When,
Alright, so
when
we're-
Nate's gone, Skergeblin pops out of a bush.
Hey!
So we are delivering the head that the guy wanted to him, but in the name of this other guy, Voigt?
Yes.
And then Voigt said that he would give us his ticket if
If
we
we can
got
convince him. sell the
Hawkman
land.
to sell the land, which seems like it's probably not something that Hawkman's going to want to do.
Now without
So
some
we need as
convincing.
much. Yeah, we need as much convincing as we can.
Now we in theory probably can't use magic or violence to do the convincing.
Yes,
But we do
a
have
couple.
scalps.
We have a couple things on our side. We have a total of, I believe, 800 gold.
Currently, if we deliver, maybe we can get a
have-
tip from Bradshaw.
Yeah, we have Bradshaw's thing. We also have 3 chimera heads at the moment.
I also have
2. We have
hat
2.
heads.
Oh, 2. I'm sorry. We have 2. Oh no, we have 3 because we have the goat heads still.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we have to deliver it.
Yeah, because we're delivering it. We have a signed note from Voigt, which Vendrick wanted, not only because he was just being courteous, but more importantly, we have what Voigt's seal and his signature look like.
We should probably check that letter.
These are
too.
just bits of information I have.
We should probably check that letter too.
Oh, I can definitely check the letter. We're not doing it here in Voigt's thing, assuming
You're
we
right
were,
in front of the guards.
yeah, assuming
walk
we are
down the road a
walking.
little
This is a
ways.
conversation
down-
we're having on the road.
Quick thing, if I rip a little hole, I take out my little dagger and I cut me a little slot in the envelope to pull out the note. Can I use mending to fix that once I put the note back in?
Oh, that sounds like
You'd be
exactly
able
what that's
to.
for.
That's exactly what's that for, yeah.
I was gonna say
That's what I was gonna do.
I've never fucking thought about it, but Vendrick will do that.
Or at least it was suggested.
All right.
To at least see what the context of the note is, because we still don't know like what the debt he is repaying is. It also could be maybe it's a jilted lover thing. Maybe it turns out.
Oh
it's
my
like a
gosh.
Romeo and Juliet, you know.
It could have
No.
turned out very like, hey, these guys are trying to fuck you up. Kill them.
All right. Let me think about this note for a second.
Oh,
Okay.
so a Rosencrantz and Guildenstern thing as opposed
Yeah,
to a Romeo and Juliet thing.
Exactly. And that is the bit of information, or all of the sort of items we have strewn upon the table.
Yeah, well, so I guess, do you think that I think maybe one angle for Hawkman is we were going to try and get him to give us his ticket, right? But if he just takes the land, then he doesn't have to give us his ticket, and his nemesis won't have his ticket.
Yeah, that's part of my like argument we can make with him is like, hey,
Be right
if you
back.
do that, we'll sweeten the pot, right? Somehow.
Yeah.
You do this for us, we get his ticket. Now he's at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
And you
Although-
got the advantage, right? Like,
We also do know who killed his men too.
Well, this is a
Yeah,
different
no.
guy.
No,
no,
that
it
the
was
hag.
his. It was his men. The hags.
Oh,
killed,
the hags killed
Hawkman's
his men.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I specifically found that out.
Yeah, so we do have that bit of information as well. So like that to me is a pretty big argument, or a pretty big like get for us.
All right, I posted the letter in the Dreamscape recaps. It says, Vendrick, you pull out the letter, and it's pretty simple. It says, Bradshaw, I've sent these fine folks to you with the goat part of the chimera head. I know this doesn't fully repay what you did for me, but I hope you see this as a token of my appreciation. You have my gratitude, Voigt.
These two seem amicable.
I wonder what he did for him.
It's curious. Implies he did something good. All we know about Bradshaw at the moment is that he maybe not the most generous type. At least not on the outset. So, the plan.
The plan.
Do we... I worry that if we show up to Bradshaw's with the goat head and the other chimeras, he may want the other ones as well.
You might
Which
want the
could make
goat head.
Well, he may want the dragon and the lion head.
Oh, so we should mold earth and bury them.
That, or
Go
we
to
could always
Hockman's
spread our-
first.
we could spread our efforts.
Split the party.
If all I'm doing is delivering a goat head, I don't see a problem with it.
I don't see a problem with it.
But you will have to negotiate with Hawkman without me, or vice versa.
You're the one that made the deal.
Oh man, so
True.
Horace is actually pretty charismatic. I just play him like an idiot.
Well, I mean, you can be a charismatic idiot. I've met
You
plenty.
can be a charismatic idiot, yeah.
Here's a thought. We could go to Hawkman first. With the knowledge that we are going to deliver the goat head to Bradshaw, perhaps there's some sort of dealing we can make with Hawkman there. Get him to sign this bill, or even better, give us a ticket.
And that could further sweeten the pot if we give him all the heads to get one over on his competitors.
Irregardless, I think the goat head needs to end up in Bradshaw's hands. How it gets there is going to be complicated, but I think we can make it do.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I
All
guess
right.
we're going to Hawkman's first, right? Is that the plan?
Hawkman's first.
Yeah, dude.
Right?
Tootsie yawns. All this intrigue makes me tired. Tootsie, do not be rude.
By far one of the more interesting dreams I have stepped into.
As you guys are, walking back to town or to the city, I'd like for all of you to make a perception check.
All right.
Ool's got his head on a swivel.
Ool's got his head on a swivel. He sees with his big owly eyes exactly what's going on. On the very first day that you were here, you noticed a dark black cloud in the distance. This dark black cloud, you notice, especially with the 25, is considerably closer. And use your bird's vision to look out and see that it's not actually a normal cloud. It's on the ground. And it's quite a bit closer than it was on your first day. That is all.
Okay. Is there like an intelligence check involved with this? Like figure out, like try to deduce what it is?
You can try.
Damn it.
Yeah, it just looks like a big black cloud.
Big black cloud, huh? Alright, well you know what? Bull's gonna see that and no, doesn't he remember? Nah, he don't remember that after like a few minutes.
What part of the sky was it in?
It's north of basically this map, is the idea.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
north of the map.
Far off in the horizon.
Exactly.
Ool, you okay?
What? Yeah, fine. Food?
Well, we're almost to town, so I'm sure there's food there.
Food. Yeah, no, I'm good with that.
Vendor continues walking
Where are we?
close to town.
Cool. Cool. Hey, what's
Yeah,
with
you
the
guys,
heads?
That's from the chimera we killed
When did we do that?
a while ago. About a
Oh,
day.
okay. A what?
The what?
Maybe we should like take him to see a doctor or something first, dude. He seems to be getting worse by the second.
It turns out when you summon your inner demons, your memory goes a bit with it too.
I'm killing my id, you know?
Yeah. You're killing the id.
The inner demons. My father abandoned me.
Every time there's summon a demon, it's a bit of my mental, like, subconscious is summoned, and then it gets killed off.
Yeah.
He does it so often, there's nothing left.
He just trauma dumps.
Yeah.
Oh.
Uhl faced a traumatic experience in his past, a sad and tragic backstory. Unfortunately, he did summon that trauma out and kill it, so he does not remember any of it.
He did it twice.
He did it
He did it
twice.
several times, who knows?
Who knows?
He sure no.
Well, with all these shenanigans going on, the walk actually passes pretty uneventfully, and you know you guys are in good spirits after your rest and your wine, and you come on back into town. You come up to the gate. It's only, you know, it's not, you know, there. It's not it's peacetime. You know, it's not being guarded that. You know, that much. The guards basically let you through right here without much problem. So yeah, you guys are going to be, like, if I heard correctly, going towards Hawkman's estate.
Yes.
You will be passing through the Grand Bazaar. Is there anything you guys would like to do, or are you guys going straight to Hawkman's?
We do have money now.
Should we get some
Do it.
booze? Oh, they got good items there too.
If you'd like to look for goods, I think we have the time.
So there's 8
I
of
can
us,
ask
and there's
around
800
about-
gold. We each get 100.
Uh,
Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, but if anybody needs a little extra, you know, Yasni teaches us to be charitable. And since my Warhammer is all I need, my trusty Warhammer, unless I see something that I really want.
I need
Like a-
not the wealth of the earth. I live only for the quest.
Well, look, dudes, Talonbrine's an expensive city to live in, so I've been able to put anything away to figure out a way to travel back to the past, dudes. So anything I can squirrel away.
Rent is
Rent is
200 gold a month.
Yeah, rent is 200
The
gold
rent
a
is
month.
too damn
and
high.
Anything I can squirrel away to try to bribe some magic user to send me back in time, or at least convince me I'm there.
You did fight a shadowy demon at one point who claimed that he could send you back in time, but he did.
Yeah, he was just lying about that shit, dude. Really uncool.
Yeah.
I guess Hawkman also offered to buy stuff from you, so
Yeah.
that'd give you more money, of course. But yeah, up to you guys. Whatever you want.
Vendrick doesn't need anything, but Vendrick will take the time to go and ask around about where the Bradshaw estate is.
Okay.
Okay. While the party is shopping, if they choose to stop and shop.
All right. Are you looking for Gnome, or just ask anybody?
I'm just kind of asking around. I basically imagine that in the time that they're doing that, he is just going around asking.
Okay. Sure. I'll say a passerby on the street passes you, and you say, "Hey, how do I get to Bradshaw Manor from here?"
Mhm.
And they look at you surprised, and one passerby just goes, "Ugh," and keeps going on their way. Then another guy passes you, and you say, "Hey, do you know how to get to Bradshaw Manor?" They go, "You want to go there?"
Yeah.
It's not like a sex thing or anything.
It's definitely a sec.
Oh, a sex thing? No. All right, this is not as far as I know, but sometimes, well, and he whispers. He goes, we're not convinced that place is entirely safe, if you know what I mean. But everybody does know how to get there. It's at the northern part of the city. Do you know where Tromstat prison is?
Yeah.
Well, it's right next to, there's a cliff right next to Tromstat prison, and Bradshaw Manor is actually at the top. And he sort of is like, look, if you have a map, I mean, I can show you. I'm not going to take you there, but I'll point it out on a map.
Yeah. And he gives him the map.
All right. And he scrolls it open and then points. And he goes, it's right there. You see.
Thanks for the warning.
He's like, yes, do make sure you come back all in one piece.
We're rather good at defending ourselves.
Oh, I can see that. And he looks at your weapons. And the giant dragon's head, the goat head. Yeah, he's like, you guys have looks like quite the cavalry. And then he walks off.
All right, I'm gonna run to the bathroom while you guys do shopping. So.
Well, it sounds like we can wait for shopping until we get the money from the scalps from Hawkman.
I am not shopping, but I actually am interested in going to Bradshaw. Can y'all
You're
hear
interested
me?
in what,
Going
Rachel?
to what?
Oh my god, I don't. Y'all were able to hear the bag creaking, but not me.
I even turned you up.
Was it I'm interested in going to Bradshaw's when we go.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think it's
Alright,
best that
well,
we
I'll say you
don't
guys
split
are-
the party for this.
Yeah, I completely agree. Can y'all hear me better?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, what are we doing?
Sorry,
we're
I'm
we're
getting
on
this
the
correct.
road to Hawkman's estate, so
Sorry, I didn't pull the gang over here yet.
Hawkman's
Yeah,
or
you're-
Bradshaw?
Hawkman's.
You're on the way to Hawkman's estate.
That is correct. I am
back.
still riding my rhinoceros. Although I'll probably have it wait in the yard.
Just
Have him just munching
be
on
a
his
little
flowers.
polite.
Yeah, I'll like hobble him to like this post, but then he's just like eating these bushes.
Pulling it up.
I'm
As
waiting
you
for the-
approach,
You're like, come here, and it just rips the post out. Oh no.
Yeah, hopefully we don't get in a fight because I'll be like, to me, Ronaldo.
Mr. Ronaldo.
I'll actually enhance ability on myself before we get there for charisma.
Ooh. All right. As you guys are approaching, and the rhinos munching on Billy Hawkman's floral arrangements, the door.
His
just
rhododendrons.
His rhododendrons. The door opens up, and Mr. Arthur Twinley, he goes, "Well, hello, you all are back. I do hope you were
Yes.
successful.
Oh,
It
quite.
appears you are." And yeah, so he opens up, and he basically motions for you to come in. Follow me. And he brings you in, and again, you find Billy Hawkman over here shooting pool. He's like, "I'll get some refreshments ready."
Thank you.
And he goes,
Mr. Hawkman?
"Well, Welcome back.
What's up, dude?
I do hope you were able to slay the foul beasties.
Oh, indeed.
Yes, we were
Indeed.
quite successful.
As I start unloading scalps onto the floor,
He goes,
I've got
count them out.
I've got one hag scalp. Does anybody else grab those other hag scalps?
My mistake. And he pulls out a hag head.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
off your hook, right?
Yeah.
Just plops it right down on the ground.
Yeah.
Billy,
This was the origin of the beasties attacking your men.
ugh, foul creature. And he kind of
Here's
like
some red cap scalps.
pushes
dog
it around
tails.
with his foot. You all really went to work out there.
There was
Oh, yeah.
quite a lot of work to do.
I have a.
How many is that?
bag of-
What'd you say?
I said, I also have one too. As I'm gonna take it like off a hook, like similar to Vendrick's.
All right. How many would you say there were? And he starts counting up.
3 of them. How many red caps did you pick up, Horace?
How many red caps?
Yes, scalp.
I got 12 red cap scalps and 8 dog tails.
All right.
Bay dogs.
The death dogs.
Death dogs. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
As well as 3 chimera heads.
Oh. Oh, man. And he looks over at Horace and he goes, remind me again what our deal was.
Well, you said that you were going to give us your ticket.
And he laughs at you and he puts his finger up and he shakes it. And he's like, ha, I most certainly did not. I believe I was going to pay you per scalp.
That's correct. It was the scalps. How much was it per scalp? Was it 10 gold?
Cheeky fellow. Oh, was it 10 gold? I was going to give you a little more than that, I thought. And he thinks to himself.
Probably were. You're probably going to
goes-
give us like 100 gold.
He goes, I do need to be generous with these folks. And he goes, 20 per scalp.
Yeah.
And he counts it up, and immediately he knows in his head, that's 460. And he has actually just got it all in his pocket. He just pulls it out and starts shelling out gold for you guys.
Oh, thank you, sir.
And he puts a pile of it here on the table, amounting to 400 gold. Or 460. And
We'll
he
scoop
says-
that up.
He says, now, I know these are going to be expensive. And he looks at the heads. He's like, I do like that
Are we
lion
standing
head.
on the porch?
No. You're standing right here. And they're just like flopped on the tile floor.
Oh, well, the chimera, they're pretty big heads. Are they
Oh,
still...
fair enough. You're totally
Yeah.
right. Okay,
We're
how about
like
this?
standing on the porch looking at them.
He claps his hands and he's like, Jemima, come clean this up. And, this poor girl comes up and starts cleaning up the scalps and the heads.
Ew.
And we go on out to the porch to look at the heads. And he goes, well, that'll be a fine addition to my trophy collection.
Yeah, the lion and dragon are far impressive.
I mean, they all are. And he comes over and starts like messing with them and feeling the mane and the scales and whatnot.
Vendrick's gonna let him mess with him for a little bit. And then he goes, unfortunately, the goat head is not for sale.
What?
That one.
Who beat me
Yeah.
to it? Was it Voigt?
It
Voigt did,
was.
purchase it, yes.
Oh,
he
that
wants us
bastard.
to bring it to Bradshaw. Some dealing they have.
What are you guys speaking with Voigt about anyways? You're supposed to go to him.
We had to pass through his vineyard to get to where we needed to be, and to find out that
If
it
I
wasn't
remember
Voigt's
correctly,
men
you
that
had to
killed
pass by his vineyard. I don't remember asking you to go in.
Look,
Didn't
dude,
ask us not to.
we couldn't resist the wine. It was calling us, dude.
He's a little bit begrudging about that. He's like, oh, it is good wine.
And then I burp up a little bit of a wine burp from earlier.
He's like, seems like you weren't there too long ago.
But we did pick up some information that you might be interested in.
Oh?
Voigt and Bradshaw have some close dealing with one another.
What kind of dealing?
We're unsure at the moment.
Interesting. Well, thanks for telling me. You know, I can't let those two get too cozy, you know? It would leave me out in the cold.
True. But Voigt also gave us another offer, one that I wanted to extend to you. I figured you'd be at least curious enough to hear it out.
Voigt offered you something?
Offered you something, in fact. And he reaches in and he pulls out the bill of sale. He wants to purchase that land, the one near his vineyard.
Now, why would I sell my land to Voigt?
You're gonna like this part.
Voigt said that if we were able to get it signed, he would give us his ticket.
I can't believe it.
Oh, but I do. He seemed rather desperate to get it. There's a lot of grapes in there. Grapes that he's very interested in harvesting.
He's sort of thinking out of game. Are you telling him about the Arlen berries?
I think so.
Do we
Yeah.
want to? Well, hold on now. Do we want to tell him about the berries because that would make him less likely to sell?
Well,
the
it's
land,
too
I
late.
would
We've
think.
told him about the Arlen berries because I believe that's what you meant by grapes. Was the Arlen berries that grow there?
Okay.
Well, he didn't say that. You know, I'll let you.
Well,
I'll let you walk it back.
It could be also misconstrued as like he wants to use it for more like vineyard, right? Like the land is still good for making like farms and stuff, like expanding his orchard. It's right next to where his thing is. Am I mistaken?
So, Hawkman kind of like squints and shakes his head a bit, and he's like, "Excuse me? He's harvesting berries, or he's harvesting grapes? I mean, of course he is.
He's got a winery.
He's got a winery. He runs a vineyard.
And he'd like to expand that land.
Well, I don't want to help him in any way.
But think
We
of
never
how
sworn
much,
enemies.
But think of how much help it would be for you if he didn't have his ticket.
Well, I mean, it would be nice to have my ticket and him not have a ticket, but I don't care that much. I mean, he's still a very wealthy man. He owns the biggest winery in the land. I mean, he could just get another one. And he thinks to himself for a little bit. He's like, let's haggle over these first, and we'll think about this in a moment. He says, I only really want the one. And that's the most important one, obviously. And he points over at the dragon head. And he says, how much for that one?
It's a fine specimen. We did a rather good job getting it off for taxidermy.
That's true. Look at that. Name your price. Reasonable price.
600 gold.
He strokes his head a little bit and he goes,
For 1,000, we'll throw in the lion's head.
Hmm. You know, he takes it. And he's like, give me a moment, please. And he goes, wait right here. And he walks back inside.
Right.
Dragul, you are doing something. Tell me about that.
Dragul, while this is going on, is kind of moseyed around the corner here. To about
All right.
here to this window. And he and Tootsie are kind of sketchily looking around to see if they see any guards.
Okay, you don't see any guards right now.
Tootsie, keep watch. Aye, boss. And Dragul is gonna scale the wall of the manor to the second floor. And he's gonna peek into this window here.
Okay. This looks like a bedroom. Probably the master bedroom, actually.
He'll attempt to open the window. Does it seem that it has an opening mechanism?
Oh, yeah. It slides up for you.
Dragul will do a somersault through the window and onto the bed and off. And then he'll hastily remake the bed.
Okay. Success.
You don't need me to roll to
You're
make
making the bed. You know how to make a bed.
What does he see in this master bedroom, DM?
All right. You see, obviously, well, basically just the normal stuff. Sorry, this isn't actually the master bedroom. This is not. This is a guest bedroom. But there's a desk. It's a little. It hasn't been used in some time, actually. But it's mostly well taken care of. There's not too much other than a library.
Okay. First thing he'll do is he'll come to the library and search it for any official looking documents. Like, he isn't interested in dusty tomes of lore or anything.
Sure.
Just looking for anything official.
Yeah, make an investigation check.
If only we had a detective character.
Unfortunately, you don't see any official documents. You sort of think, well, it's a guest bedroom. Probably not going to be here.
Alright. Dragul will crouch down and quietly crack this door open.
The door cracks open. And you see yourself in the hallway of this second story floor. You can see that there's actually some big, large trophy heads, some statues. It's basically just vulgar displays of wealth, if you will.
DM, did it seem like there was a third floor?
No.
No? Okay.
No. And speaking of which, you do hear some footsteps. You hear stomping coming up the stairs. You've got some time to do something though, if you want to hide, but or move silently. But you do hear somebody coming up the stairs. He's like, I gotta get myself some gold pieces. Gotta buy myself a new head.
All right.
Running up the stairs all by myself. Completely independent.
He's talking to himself. He's whistling. He's in good spirits.
All right. So Dragul will quietly move to here. and take a look around from here. He hears somebody coming up the steps.
Yep.
Does he see anybody around from this angle?
Not yet. He can hear him coming up in the next 6 seconds.
All right. Let's see.
This is when
I
Dragul
think-
knocks the dragon head taxidermy down and then has to stick his own head through the wall.
You got 6 seconds.
All right.
Does Babs needs a distraction?
Thaumaturgy. So,
Yeah.
this clock is going to start playing a jaunty tune with its bells.
Ding dong, ding dong. Ding
Oh
dong,
no,
ding
much more
dong.
jaunty. Like just think like almost pornographic, almost.
Oh.
Like it's something you'd find this is like a real sleazy tune that's nice and raucous. You know, something like Dan would play or something.
And it
And
just
then,
plays that. It just plays that over and over again.
The fuck
Trying-
is he?
Yeah.
trying to.
What are you
thinking
trying to
that
use it for?
It might cause a distraction. He is going to dart across the hallway here and try to attempt to open this door.
All right. The door's unlocked and you are in, and just as you see, Billy Hockman's like, "What the hell?" And he's like looking at this clock, like he goes up and gives it a good smack on its side. And you know, we all hear the music. He's like, I don't know, have to get one of my servants to look at that. And he goes back on in.
This song is called Spider Pussy.
It does only last for a minute.
Is it gonna play Spider Pussy for the full minute? And he comes in
Yes.
here, and he hears. He's like, "This clock's not making any weird noises."
This is good
Whatever.
sneaking music.
Whatever. This is good sneaking music.
Oh, Ken,
And you know, he disappears into this room. You're in here, Dragul, and it's another bedroom. I assume you're gonna inspect and see what's going on in here.
Yes, he will at first. He'll check again. He'll check all of the bookcases for anything official.
All right. You see something that looks pretty official. It looks like a law book, actually, of a local law. At least that's what the cover says. Would you like to open it up?
Yeah, Dragul will pull down the law book.
Okay.
Does
it's
it
a
seem
very
like there's
official-
any... Sorry, DM, go ahead.
Yeah, you have a very official looking book. Actually says the history of Tromstat legal cases. And you do a perception check for me, or tell me what your passive perception is.
Passive perception is pretty high. It is a 20.
Oh, you feel it, and you go, wait a second. This is a paper wrapper designed to look like it's leather. And you feel it, and you go, this is cheap. And you open up the book. It's not a law book at all. It's Tusk Love wrapped in wrapped in paper to make it look like
A law book?
it's not a it's a book for a serious person.
It's not a
So-
smut book.
Dragul isn't aware of this title. He's never heard of it before. But he opens a random page and reads a paragraph. What does he read, DM?
God.
Hold on, AI, help us out here.
Yeah, gosh.
No. DM, what does Dragul read?
Yeah,
What
use
is
an
Dragul
AI called
reads,
brain.
Dragul reads, a particularly raunchy page. It turns your stomach a little bit, or does it? I don't know. You don't know. It's
No.
you've never
Dragul's
seen
a
this
little-
in print.
Dragul's a little confused, and if he was a warm-blooded creature, he might be blushing.
He might be, but
But he isn't. So he'll take the book and put it into his pack.
okay.
Dragul thinks,
It's
man,
Tusk Glove.
their
First edition.
their legal system is strange.
And then he's gonna come to this window. Does it open?
It does.
He's gonna look out to see if there are any looky-loos out here on this side of the house.
Just a beautiful view.
And he'll climb around the outside.
All right.
And while he's doing that, I don't know if you want to switch back to somebody else.
Sure. We'll switch back, and Billy comes back around and comes back to the gang, and he's like, had to check my finances. And he plops down a bag of 1,000 gold right in front of you all. He's like, yeah, I'll take both heads. No problem.
Some deal. He's gonna
I mean,
put his
there's no
hand out
reason-
for a handshake.
No reason not to make that deal, right, guys?
Sounds like a fair deal.
Yeah, Billy kind of like looks sideways at you and then, shakes a hand, and he's like, bring those back in to give them to Jemima. She'll know what to do with them. And he goes, and he looks at you, Vendrick, and he just goes, remind me of your name again.
A Vendrick of Cohen.
Right. I gave our deal a little thought. It's not really our deal. But, I have a couple of suggestions myself.
I'm open to them.
Tell you what. You guys want a ticket so badly. I'll give you a ticket. But you got to do something for me. I'll sign that bill of sale, and I'll sell that land to old
Boy.
old Voigt, of course. Of course. I'll sell the land to old Voigt. But you guys need to do something. I want you all to I want you all to sabotage his vineyard. Or just his winery. And maybe not even the whole winery, just the batch that he's currently brewing. And he holds up a vial of putrid sludge. He goes,
Ew.
what I want you to do is I want you to go over there to old Voigt's, and I want you to pour this inside his, inside his wine barrels. If you do that, you come back to me. I'll sign your paper. And I'll sell the land to him.
Vendrick thinks
He
about
goes-
it for him.
He goes, tell you what, I'll even give you my ticket after this. When you come back and prove that it's done.
2 tickets, dude. Sounds like a great deal to me.
It does.
Maybe we can use the second one to figure out how to go back in time, bros.
Oh yeah, we should probably do that. You've been trying to do that for a while now, huh?
Yeah, dude.
We just kind of don't help you with it ever.
Can I make an insight check to see if he is being genuine with this deal?
Yeah, go ahead.
And he's not trying to like just screw us.
Sure.
Well, actually, no. I'm gonna
Didn't you have something good to this?
knowledge of the past life? I add a d6 to this. So 4 more. So that is a 16.
Okay, with the 16, you know that these guys hate each other.
Yeah.
And he's being serious. Hawkman says to you, he says, I know you guys are capable of, completing tasks that aren't exactly, not 100% above board. He goes, I'll tell you, I'll give you exactly what you want if you do this for me. But if you betray me in any way, you best believe that I will have the police down your throat.
Oh, that's my favorite chapter in Tuscaloosa.
It does. That at that point, I imagine he gets a little flustered. I don't know anything about that book.
Yeah, exactly. He goes, I wouldn't know.
We'll need another reason to go back to the Vineyard. If we don't have the bill of sale, I don't think he'll expect us.
Maybe
Or
Bradshaw will give us
expect
a
us
reason,
kind.
dudes. After we deliver the goat head.
It sounds like a plan. Well then, Hawkman, if you are truly a man of your word and a man of honor, we have a deal.
He
He
smirks.
puts his hand out.
He smirks and shakes it.
Right, now, can I inside that?
Yes, of course.
19 this time.
Yes. He is very pleased to be able to have got to potentially get one over on Voigt.
Yeah.
He hates him, and you get the idea that he is totally fine with destroying Voigt's batch of wine and also selling him some land that
Yeah, I get it too,
that
because
he won't have any much immediate use for.
because Hawkman, if his wine goes bad, Hawkman can leverage the fact of like, well, I do have some land you could maybe borrow from, but it'll come at a premium, that kind of thing.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, losing an entire batch of wine is going to be extremely expensive. And then,
Yeah.
if you look at the bill of sale, a legally binding bill of sale for the property owned, just sign on the dotted line. So all that has to happen is Billy sign this paper, and Voigt's got to pay him.
Yeah. All right. Vendrick is going to turn to Dwarfadil. Dwarfadil. Oh,
And
Hang on, I sat up and unplugged my mic. Sorry about that.
that's right.
Yeah, man.
He raises the vial of putrid stuff. Want to make some fertilizer?
Oh, yeah. Dorfil's gonna take a whiff of it.
Is this how close are you taking a whiff of this?
Are you wafting?
Are you wafting, or is it like right up in your nostril?
Is it open or
I'm
closed? Because
wafting.
it says you can smell it through the bottle.
Yeah, this is some powerful shit.
Put some stank on that.
Yeah, it's pretty acrid, dude. This, Dwarfadil, you don't know what it is, but let's see. Do you? I mean, you don't know what it is with the 10 nature. I'll say that, but it is truly repulsive.
Basically, Vendrick's idea is that the wine will be so spoiled, it will basically only be able to be used as fertilizer.
Dude, it'll probably ruin like barrels and utensils that it touches too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Your talents will prove to be invaluable to this plan. Are you fine with the idea?
How big is the bottle? Do I just have to like drop it anywhere?
Assuming they have some sort of large vat that they sort of separate the different wines into, and some of the barrels should be easy enough.
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
Wonderful.
You can like do it for undead rights, dude.
I am doing it for undead rights, man.
Oh, then I suppose we need to stop by the market and pick up some paint.
He says,
We can do it after Bradshaw's, dude.
Yeah.
Hockman steps forward and he goes, just so you know, if you all get caught, I had nothing to do with this.
No, man, this isn't my first case of eco-terrorism.
Well, all right then. And Hockman goes, good luck. And he goes back inside.
And then, by the way, as Hawkman turns around and starts walking in, Vendrick is going to look at Ool in the grassy knoll and shake his head no.
Ool puts his finger gun down.
It's the lantern. The lantern is that the magic comes out of just slowly decreases.
That is
Yeah.
so funny.
Oh Jesus, the grassy knoll. I was like, are you making a JFK reference? Like, yeah, you were.
Well, I suppose we should get to Bradshaw and drop off this, and if we can't get an excuse, we need to make one.
And maybe we should figure out how to hide the smell of that bottle too.
I believe Dwarfadil's own
Smell
Sort
will
of,
mask it. Here, hold on. He's got the bottle, right? Let me go take a whiff of him.
his own brand. Hold on, quick question.
God.
Does Dwarfadil shower?
I'm gonna make a con save. I think that's appropriate.
Are
If
you
he has-
asking if he's ever showered, or if you asking for the last
If
time?
he
he showered?
consistently showers.
Yes. Because if he has dreads, he certainly at least doesn't wash his hair.
I mean, Dwarfadil washes himself every time it rains.
He lets nature take its course.
Yeah, man.
God.
Yeah, well, he does smell pretty rank, dude. That boy smells heinous, bro.
All right. I suppose we should get going. And then Vendrick starts walking to get ready to head to Bradshaw's, and then he stops and turns around and goes, "Has anyone seen Dragool?" As we cut, smash.
Yeah,
cut.
what is Dragool doing? He's sneaking, I believe.
Yeah, Dragool's on the outside of the house,
Okay.
climbing. Can I keep an eye out, looking for another window that he may or may not be able to get into?
All right. Well, there's a window here, and you also see a door, because this is the second level wraparound porch.
Oh, so he isn't climbing then.
Yeah, you're crouching around on this level.
Well, you're
Yeah.
climbing on a table by the looks of it right now.
Yeah.
He'll look in through this window. It's a sneaking mission.
Okay.
Snake.
It looks like the coast is clear.
Aya is talking as your recon. She can see you. Dragool, where are you?
Dragool! Dragool!
Dragool, there's 2 tangos inside. Watch out.
Dragool, where are you?
She actually can, right?
Yeah, she actually can. But
Yes.
he is gonna try to open the window,
Window opens.
and he'll slither in.
You hear a door on the. You see the door over here, and you hear a door in here, on the other side of this door, open up and shut.
Okay.
Someone's in the other room.
Dragul will cautiously move around here. What does he see in this room?
This is the master bedroom. You see, looks like a vanity, a nicely well-made bed, expensive stuff around here. You actually see a couple of things over on this desk. Couple of copper and silver coins, maybe the change from the previous day. A writing desk, and of course, another library.
I think he'll open up the writing desk
All right.
and search through the letters, if there are any.
Sure. You don't see any desks, or sorry, you don't see any letters, but you do see, official business documents.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is about.
Are they all just Scale Boy magazines?
No, these ones actually are official. Some's about orders of wood to be filled. How much
Just
X, Y, and Z cost, logistics, things like that.
Yeah, on the basic level, it all looks legit.
It does.
A pre-order for a book called that's just abbreviated to T.L.
L.
Yeah,
First edition.
Volume 2.
All right.
You hear a flush in the other room.
He'll come to the corner and peek around and wait just a minute.
You hear a door shut, and then you hear some water splashing in a sink. Coast is clear for now.
As he hears the water, he'll move over here to these sets of bookshelves and look for anything kind of out of the ordinary, anything in particular, especially hiding places, secret stash books, things like that.
Yeah, the books seem pretty normal, albeit expensive. You do see looks like a golden watch over here on the desk.
If it catches Dragul's eye, he'll take a look at it. Is it like a pocket watch?
It is a pocket watch. Gold pocket watch, white face, Roman numeral numbers. Very fancy. Gold chain.
Any engraving or any kind of information he can glean from it?
It's BH on the back in cursive, capital letters.
Mm-hmm.
You get the idea. You could pawn it.
Yeah, he'll set it down. He's not trying to steal
Okay.
any wealth. He's not a rogue.
Sure.
What do you
You're
think
not
he's doing
big-
sneaking around up here?
Yeah, you're not Big Bleeder.
Yeah, just a big tall bleeder. Maybe I can eat this.
I need to make sure no one can steal this from me. Eats the locket.
All right.
You hear some more steps all of a sudden. This guy is gone. There's another, some more stepping, and you hear someone standing right behind this door, about to come in.
Oh, can I make a last second search for any hidden compartments?
Absolutely. Do that search real fast.
What do I roll, sir? Investigation?
I would say so.
All right. Come on. Ah.
All right. You unfortunately don't find anything. The door handle is turning.
Dragul
The door is cracked.
will duck through the window once again.
As soon as you do... Oh, make a acrobatics check.
Oof. Okay.
Okay, you jump through the window. There's a little bit of noise. You're not as cat-like as you previously felt that you had been.
Mm-hmm.
This maid is over here carrying a feather duster, and she looks over and goes,
All right. I think. So she just opened this door.
She just opened it, and she heard basically
door-
the plop.
The door as she comes through slams closed behind her with incredible force.
And looks at it, certainly a little freaked out, and backs up a step.
And Dragul is gonna drop over the side of the balcony down into these bushes.
Perfect. And yeah, you feel like that was a successful getaway. This woman comes over here and shuts the window. I don't remember this being open. And then, and yeah.
Aya's gonna give Dragul a jump scare. And just be like, where the hell are you?
I'm coming. My sincerest of apologies. Tootsie is around the corner. Please.
Just go ahead. I'm sorry.
Tootsie is around the corner. Please signal her to follow you. I will catch up. And Dragul will creep from bush to bush, eventually catching up with the party if they're leaving.
All right.
Aya will take out a signal whistle and will just like blow it 3 times and see if Tootsie comes to that.
Oh, that hurts. What is that? She comes around the corner to Aya and lifts her nose, sniffs the air, and runs immediately to Dwarfadil. What is that smell? It's wonderful.
Yeah, you want to drink it, man?
No, but I will roll around in it.
Dorfdale looks at the bottle. Looks at you.
Please.
Bottle. Looks at you.
Please.
Does she lick her eye?
Yeah, she
Dorfdale,
absolutely.
Dorfdale will take you down here off the porch. And
Tootsie will jump over the hedge.
Poison spray a little bit of it on you.
Wait. Are you poison spraying Tootsie with your own ability, or are you uncorking this?
Yeah, I'm uncorking this, and
The instant you uncork it, there's a 60-foot waft goes over the whole area, and everyone smells this horrible stuff.
if that happens, I'm gonna immediately cap it.
It's corked.
Oh,
The smell's still there.
How bad is
Okay,
it? Do we need to make con saves or anything?
Thankfully not immediately. Thanks to Vendrick's quick thinking of the wind blows and blows the smell away.
Dilutes it at least.
Dilutes it at least.
that's really nice.
Oh, I think I'm gonna be sick.
That's foul.
I'm just gonna like run over here and then just kind of like
Dragul, I think
or
there's something
an
wrong with your
edge.
pet.
It's just it's something about it's like sulfur and dead things. I like it.
Can I make a nature check to determine what sort of horrible monster I could compare the smell to?
Yes, go ahead.
23.
Okay, hang on. I have to think about this. Because you know exactly what this smells like. Ooh. Brad, what was that horrible frog monster that was going to pull us into the bullywug?
The
pond?
frog hemoth?
It's a frog hemoth's asshole.
It smells like
That smells like a frog hemoth's asshole. And I would know.
Asshole.
Because I've
den.
encountered many.
A Frogemus den is generally constructed with its own feces as a sort of glue.
It's very strange.
It's actually not strange. Most frog-like creatures, for some reason, have a fascination with fecal matter.
And creatures that are attracted to fecal matter are also attracted to frogs, I've heard.
It's that's just a rumor. I don't think it's ever been corresponded.
Oh, that explains bingo so much.
Oh, yes. Bingo. Yes.
You know of him.
Absolutely.
Dragul, why did you crawl out of that bush just now?
Oh, I was inspecting it for
I see.
pests.
Let's get out of here. Some of it still lingers.
You know of the halfling known as Bingo Bobbins.
And as we leave, we see a green stink line float in the air. It floats higher and higher and around the building into the vent of his air-conditioned house because there's fans everywhere. and when the woman walks out of the bathroom, Voigt, Hawkman sees her, and smells the stinky smells, and he makes a decision. That woman is pretty, but she making the stinky smell.
Oh my gosh.
Did that.
Oh man. Well, what's the plan, guys?
I think we're heading to Bradshaw's.
Yeah, to Bradshaw's.
Oh, we are going to stop at the bazaar because I think Dwarfadil might want paint. But
Oh yeah.
Oh, I do
Since
need
he is-
paint.
Can we?
Dwarfadil mentioned a tactic he called eco-terrorism.
Yes.
What does that entail exactly? We need sort of
Mailman.
supplies?
You find some overprivileged alive folks that aren't that down with the environment, and you take away all their nice things so that they can be closer to nature, man.
Is this like when those druids melded to stone themselves into the walkways of cities to sort of disrupt wagon carriages?
No, man, they were like posers, man. They just wanted to be like art.
I thought it involved throwing paint on paintings.
Oh, well, that one, yeah, but not when they like permanently melded themselves and made the screaming elf statue in downtown Himdalier.
Yes,
The one that the paladins like put behind that wall.
and they roped it off rather quickly.
Yeah, that's when they permanently stone shape themselves to.
Damn shame. Well,
Well,
that moment of silence has passed.
I've been to Hemdelia. It is a dump.
Well, Hemdelia does have a dump, doesn't it? Are you sure you
Like-
weren't at the dump?
Oh, I was under the city.
Well, that's your problem right there. You got to go above the city. You got to go on the roads.
I did not find what I was looking for in any case.
You were looking for nub in all the wrong places.
I do not understand what you mean.
Looking for nub.
Excuse me. I'm going to read this law book I found.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
Oh, what
It's-
edition?
May come in useful.
In case we need to get ourselves out of a legal jam or something, you'll be an expert.
Yes, I will. Jam.
I like this idea of like us getting busted by the cops and Drago's like, "Don't worry, I got this." And he's like, I walk up, I put my hand on the officer's hip and pull him close. It's just like
I
verbatim.
thought that was the custom.
You know, you gotta respect the local custom.
The local customs,
The
of
local
course.
custom.
He's like, all right, this is gonna be weird, but I'm gonna deeply and passionately kiss this police officer.
And say, "There isn't a problem here, is there, officer?"
Shoulders
Oh,
back.
no, it would be a shame if you were to handcuff me.
I feel that I see your soul reflected from your eyes.
Is that a dagger in your pocket?
Oh, it's your nightstick.
Okay, how many peppers is this tusk love? Is it 1 pepper or is it 5 peppers?
I haven't
So-
finished it, and also it is simply a law book.
No, this. I'm not asking in real life.
I think this.
So-
I think that canon is that it is pretty filthy.
Okay, so
It's
5
so
peppers,
filthy
got
the
it.
pages are sticky.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Very sticky pages.
So it's 6 peppers.
It's a scale of 6 out of 5.
So, Dwarfadil, what tools do you think we need for what you need to do?
Well, man, I had a plan. Okay, I was gonna fly over with the bottle after I wild shape into a indigenous howler owl.
Indigenous, of course.
As opposed
With
to
8
an-
others. I imagine with 8 other howler owls that you have summoned.
Yeah, man.
No invasives.
Well, and then, okay, you guys were gonna go, okay, with the paint and the paint brushes and paint all over the entrance to the guy's place.
I
What
see.
benefit would this have for us?
Well,
I think the barrels are underground also.
And what guy?
Yeah,
It
we
means
got-
Voigt, dude.
Vineyard.
Voigt, dude.
Yeah. Wait, we have to get. I thought we just had to pour it on the vineyard, or we have to get in the barrels.
It's gotta
We
go
have
in
to
the
get it in the
vat,
barrels,
dude,
I
which is
believe.
probably in a building of some kind.
All right, man, I got a new idea. So I'm
Alright.
gonna turn into a howling indigenous mole rat, and I'm gonna tunnel in there. And while I'm doing that, you guys are gonna paint some choice words on the front of his gate, man.
Why don't I just melt the stone? Pass through. Oh.
Okay, so this is out of game. In theory, one thing we could do is we could all go. We could get at least some of us. Not it doesn't have to be all of us. We can go into Ool's lamp. Then Dwarfadil can wild shape, which will meld the lamp to him. He can then go into the place and then come out. The getting out part might be difficult. Ool could summon a greater demon.
Should we
that would be the
bring the
perfect distraction.
rhinoceros?
I feel like
Should
the
we bring the
rhinoceros would not be very stealthy.
But we could put
I
him in the
also-
jar, though, I'm saying.
And they would know
I
that
also,
we have rhinoceroses, so that might point to us.
Yeah, I mean, the
Oh.
guy did say specifically, I haven't seen many rhinoceroses. In fact, I've only seen the two you've brought.
Yeah. That's a good point. Ronaldo, you might have to sit this one out, buddy. I know. I wasted my 4th level spell slot on you.
Well, in theory, he could be out for an infinite amount of time as long as nothing kills him.
That's true. No, but I also only have 1 spell slot, and I only know 1 spell at 4th level, so it's okay.
So
It's just summon steeds.
so summon greater steed is
Someone say summon
for
Steve.
infinite time. Summon Steve.
It's a whistle like Gandalf's Shadowfax. And
My question about summon greater steed is that basically like infinite food, as long as you have spell
I
slots.
think they
No, 'cause
disappear.
Well, going back to our earlier conversation, as long as you don't kill them, you can hack limbs off.
Well, it
And
said it
eat
was a
them.
That's bird
spirit. I thought it said it was a spirit that you summoned.
It is a spirit. It is.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
that's
unless you
probably
eat
not
souls,
Well, it assumes the form of a loyal majestic mount. I would imagine it's corporeal. Like, you would have to be, because like, okay, so what happens if someone does bite on it, right? Like, a chunk of flesh is going to come off of it.
Yeah, because Tootsie is also a corporeal spirit.
So you can
so we could
bite
eat
it.
Tootsie, is what you're saying.
You could, but I mean, let's not. I mean, but a rhinoceros though.
Tootsie would eat Tootsie. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we'll only feed Tootsie to themselves if we absolutely have to.
I think
Yeah.
she'd only eat herself if she smelled like that wonderful vial that Dwarfadil's carrying.
But we can't rule that out.
It's
We
just-
don't know what sort of hijinks we're gonna get into deploying that.
It's just Dragul eating Tootsie, and Tootsie is standing like 5 feet away with her mouth just open and like cross-eyed.
So is there any need to even try to distract or send somebody in to talk to Voigt, or should we just go the full stealth route?
I mean, there are
I
lots
think-
of guards.
I think this is a stealth mission.
I can definitely help with being stealthy a little bit.
Like I know that like splitting the party is bad, but the whole idea is we just need to get the vial into the thing. So if upper party just does something kind of benign, distracting them, or just, and the distraction can be something as simple as we're there to talk about X, Y, and Z, right?
Yeah, I mean, we
Yeah.
do need to tell him that his deal has been accepted, right?
It's being mulled over at least.
We could say it's been
Um,
accepted, but we're hammering out the final details or something.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
and
he's-
while
he-
we do that, that'll be our alibi that we didn't poison his crops because we were talking to him, right? Like,
Yes.
Yeah. That
Half of us were talking to you.
And that plan has never gone wrong in any D&D campaign ever.
And it never
don't
will.
worry about what the other half
It's
is
that-
doing, I guess.
It's that what's his name? Crap, I keep forgetting. I know Bradshaw and I know Voigt. I keep forgetting the other one.
Hawkman.
Hawkman.
The other group is talking with Hawkman, trying to hammer out details, but Hawkman wanted us to talk to Voigt to basically hammer out more of like, well, how much are you asking for the thing?
Okay, but
Oh,
okay, how
that's
about-
all
how
there
about
on
this?
the bill.
Okay, that's part of the bill of sale. and
What
stuff.
if Bradshaw just says something off the wall, and we decide to go that path.
Well, that's the thing, right? We need to figure
We
out
should
what
talk to
Bradshaw's
Bradshaw.
the whole deal is.
So we gotta let
let's
we
go
gotta let
talk to
Dwarfadil
Well, because
let Dwarfadil buy his paint.
Bradshaw may have an excuse for us, or we can maybe generate one if needed, right?
Yeah.
So what color
We
paint
take,
are we buying?
Yeah, what color paint?
Hey,
Orange, bright orange.
Yeah, like nice orange or maybe a blue, depending on what local flowers are in season.
All right, go to Agatha Apothecary.
What is an eco-friendly paint?
Well, something you could just make without harsh chemicals, of course.
Yeah.
That sounds expensive.
So you poison his stuff and then like paint the shit out of his like wine room.
No, man, you guys are gonna paint the front door, man.
So out of character, we just say, yeah, we're totally gonna paint the front door, and maybe we just don't do it.
We forget. We forget.
We're overcome with temporary amnesia.
Now, out of character too, okay. That would really piss Dwarfadil off.
I
Yeah, but
believe
I
it
do
would
like the
peeve him off.
hijinks we get when Dwarfadil is like mad at Dragul and
I'm just gonna let you know now. Something very bad will happen
then
to
he
you.
slits all of our throats while we sleep.
out of character too, we could just like enchant Hawkman.
No, we can't enchant Hawkman because he's in city limits.
Yeah, we don't want to mess with that. It's too much. I think we go see what Bradshaw wants. We might be able to come up with some thing with Bradshaw. Because who knows, Bradshaw might be like, I did this thing for Voigt and still fuck him. Right?
Yeah.
So I think we figure out that, or it may be something as simple as like, oh, sweet, he gave me my thing back. Here, take this thing back to him and say he still owes me.
Take this thank you note back to him.
Yeah. And like, you know, we can meet again on the hill when we were young, you know, where we met when we were young.
Before our fathers found out.
Back when we were cowboys.
Back when we were cowboys on that mountain. Where love was put astray. You know.
Oh, man.
Nate's sweating over there. He's thinking, oh god, now I have to write a homoerotic
Yeah, it's canon, dude.
But no, I think that's the plan. We grab the paint, we grab this, we figure out if we're gonna actually piss off Dwarfadil or not.
We did so once the other day.
Dude, you... okay. I love the idea of you guys distracting, like attempting to distract Voigt, poisoning all of his wine, and then painting on his doorway, and then going, "Oh, it couldn't have been us. Our friends were back in town."
Yeah.
Like he's gonna believe that alibi. I love that. It's gonna say, "Save the undead."
We just need the
Dwarfadil
Which, by the way,
and Co. were
And
here.
then his people in the town inside of his in his house are gonna be
Villa.
like, "That fucking dwarf was talking to us about the undead for like 2 hours the other day."
To be fair, he's a rogue agent.
Dude, I can't wait to see what you guys do.
I think that's the plan. So is this it? Are we wrapping up?
Yeah, I got a scram, I think.
Yeah.
Oh then.
Well, thank you all for coming out to Wednesday
yeah.
night D&D.
Oh,
Hell
yeah,
You
man.
had as
Good
much fun
session.
as I did.
I'm
reading
ready
the
for
Tusk
some
Club.
eco-terrorism.
And on that note, thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, all them good things. And stay tuned for more conniving contractual agreements from the Borderlands.